A couple of you in my comments have been curious about the area of Seminole, Florida. So today I'm going to show you around a little bit. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get after it right now. So today we are checking out Seminole, Florida. Again, I really appreciate it when you guys make suggestions in the comments. I'm trying to figure out what people want to see and I'll bring it to you right here, you know. So look at this amazing view. We're in the observation tower here at the Boca Ciega Millennium Park. And you get this amazing 360 view of the city. And it's been a while since I've been over here and I needed to get outside, I'm not gonna lie. The weather's been stunning. And what better way to show you guys one of my favorite areas of town than being outside. So let's talk a little bit about Seminole, Florida. Okay, so, you know, the population around 2020 was about 20,000. I'm sure it's probably a little bit more than that now. The Seminole area has, you know, historically been a retiree area, much like most of the central west coast of Florida, because being close to the beaches and its low cost of living. But as we've all grown and changed and the world has grown and changed, people are looking for other places to live. And because of that, Seminole is becoming another area that I get questioned about quite frequently. Again, you're like 3 miles from Indian Shores and Redington Beach, two top beaches. For those of us that, you know the difference between all the different beaches around town. Redington is a beautiful beach. It's also just north of one of my favorite areas called Bay Pines. I have a video on that. And it's about 35 miles from Tampa. So you are on the west coast of Pinellas County, the west side of Pinellas County. Seminole is still considered a neighborhood connected to St. Petersburg because, again, St. Petersburg was a neighborhood and it's now grown into its own little city. The cool thing about Seminole, especially if you're looking for a place to raise your family, it's got great schools. I think they're B rated on niche.com. The safety rating is a B rating. It's clean. It's very normal over here. It does lean more conservative. So if that's something that you're concerned about or questioning or interested in, just letting you know that. So as far as nature and that sort of thing, obviously, look what I'm staring at. So this is the intercoastal. So on the other side here is going to be the Redington Shores and Indian Shores as well. So the beach is that way. So this is great for fishing and boating and kayaking, and you're probably even gonna see some manatees and dolphins and that sort of thing. But Seminole, it sort of has this abundance of these beautiful parks. This is, again, like I mentioned, this is Boca Ciega Millennial Park. I'm in the observation tower, clearly. And then they've got the Lake Seminole Park, which I'll take you to, that has a really big fishing lake as well. And then you've got, you know, the Seminole City Park. And so there's tons of places to do your nature walking. Again, this one has these great boardwalks here, right? Because you can't really walk in all of that. That's, again, where all the snakes are and all that kind of stuff. So you're at least above that, but you can have a really nice bike ride, strollering your kids, and you can feel safe walking, jogging, biking on something like this. And it wraps around and it goes all the way around. You can see here. And it keeps going around the park. So you get this beautiful view while you're out in nature. And again, the weather's so stunning. But I noticed all the parks really have a really good amount of space so that you can do a lot of biking and walking and things if you're into nature walking and biking with your family and friends. Something else that I think is really cool about Seminole is that you can be driving around in some neighborhoods and then you can look to your right and you can see an equestrian farm. There is not a ton of land, as I've mentioned before in my videos, in the Pinellas County area. It's very densely populated. But you will come across certain parts of Seminole in particular that have horse farms or equestrian areas, and they've got a nice little plot of land. Not huge, but enough. And then you've got these neighborhoods surrounding it, which I think is pretty cool. You also have a botanical gardens, you have the wildlife rescue, and you also have, I think it's called the City of Seminole's recreational complex. It's basically their community center, and it's really large. And if you're someone that wants that kind of community activity center where you could work out, or you could play basketball or tennis or swim, and have a place where you and your family and your kids can kind of go and enjoy all those activities together in one place and not have to drop everybody off in 3,000 places, I think that is something to check out. And I do believe I heard that if you are a resident in the Seminole area, you get a free membership. Don't hold me to that. I'm still researching that, but I think that's a really good draw. All right, so I know it's really hard for me to leave this view, but I want to talk to you about home prices and show you some neighborhoods. So let's go. So where is Seminole, Florida? Well, let's find out. As you can see, Seminole and the area of Seminole is like a big old jigsaw puzzle, right? And it is to the west of St. Petersburg and just to the little bit of northeast of Reddington Beach over here, and Indian Shores just to the east there. Seminole is just this little area that's been nestled within Largo, as well as it kind of borders Bay Pines and Kenneth City, but it is a really wonderful neighborhood when you're thinking about, like, where do I want to raise my family? I want to be close to the beach. I want to have nature. And I'm going to show you on this map where some really cool things are. And now let's take a look at Boca Ciega Millennial Park. I was obviously in that observatory tower overlooking. The observatory tower is like right in here. There it is, observatory tower. So you can see that we were overlooking North Reddington Beach, Reddington Shores, Reddington Beach. We didn't really get to see Indian Shores, but you were very close to it. And that is one of the most major parks in that area. I would say you've got a ton of nature, as we mentioned earlier in the video, and it is a great place for the family to kind of enjoy some nature with some really pretty views. And another great park that I've mentioned is Lake Seminole. And Lake Seminole, again, is quite large, and it's a fishing lake, it's a boating lake. As you can see here, it's being fed by the Intercoastal. And there's some beautiful homes along here as well. Again, some parks. There is at the park that I mentioned, you're gonna see this boat ramp. You'll see the boat ramp there, and the park is really nice and big and spacious. Another great area for you and your family to explore. And then there's the city park, Seminole City Park. Again, small little neighborhood park with this little pond in the middle, and they've got these wonderful playground and walking and biking trails and picnic tables, and it's just a great little area within the neighborhood for the family to kind of get together. So you have a plethora of nature and park areas to enjoy the wonderful climate that Florida provides. And so where is the shopping center? You know, we all love a good shopping center. This is a really great, large, obviously, area. This is 113th Street here and Park, and it's got so much stuff in here. As I was driving around myself, I just found that there was a ton of shops that I wanted to go into, shops that I actually frequent. So, and you've also got a movie theater grill there as well. So, you know, the shopping center has everything you could possibly need. Also, if you keep going down Park Boulevard, you're going to have a ton more of shopping centers. So there is an abundance of shopping, an abundance of your everyday big box stores, like your big Walmarts and your Targets and your Best Buys and that sort of thing in that area as well. So you're never going to have a problem finding a place to shop in the Seminole area. And as I mentioned, the Seminole Recreation Community Center, which I did verify, you can get a free membership if you live in the Seminole area. It's quite a large facility. And you can see they've got this pool, splash pad. They've got all sorts. They've got, you know, tennis courts. I think when it comes to, again, finding places for you and your family to exercise and get out of the house, you know, this can't be beat. And the great thing about the Seminole Recreation Center is sort of like right smack dab in the middle of everything. So you've got the city park over here. You've got Millennial Park over here. You've got the rec center here, and you've got all that great shopping right here. So as you can see, all these little neighborhoods, right? As you're going towards the beach, you've got tons of opportunity to find the home in the great neighborhood that's going to satisfy all of your daily needs. And as I mentioned, there is an area that has this equestrian area, has land with a bunch of different horse farms and equestrian areas, right smack dab again in the middle of these neighborhoods. It's really interesting because there's not a lot of land, as I've mentioned, over in Pinellas County. So there is a little over here, And again, you're so close to the Indian Shores beach area, some of the most beautiful beaches that we have. You know, we get a lot of people that just want to go to the Clearwater Beach area. And I'm going to tell you, you're missing out if you don't go to Indian Shores and Reddington Shores. Some of my most favorite moments as a kid were spent on these beaches. They're beautiful. And then you also have that intercoastal right in there as well. And just south of Indian Shores is Reddington Shores. Again, a small little community, a little bit more high rises, but again, those white sandy beaches, beautiful homes, great opportunity for the family to be so close to the beach, but have that normal neighborhood feel. So as I've mentioned, Seminole is just northwest of St. Petersburg. It's a little neighborhood that St. Petersburg used to be a neighborhood. It's now growing. And if you want to stay close into the Pinellas County area where you have a bunch of things to do, you know, again, you are not far from St. Pete. It looks like it's far here, but you're really not. Okay, so I wanted to jump into a different map to kind of give you a better view here. And obviously this time of day, you're going to see there's going to be a little bit of traffic, but ideally you're just 12 miles from the St. Pete Pier. And as you can see, there's going to be a little traffic this time of day heading to the Tampa airport from Seminole, but you're still about a 45-minute ride. You've got 22 miles and you can take the bridge, which will take you right in to the Tampa airport. So you're still in close proximity to all of the areas that you probably need to get to. So as you're taking a look at the Pinellas County area and trying to figure out where you want to live, don't forget Seminole is a really great option. Okay guys, like I like to do, I want to show you a real neighborhood here in Seminole, and I just kind of stopped in this area because they've got two properties for sale on this block that are very different. So the lowest I could find was in that 325 range, about 1,500 square feet. And then another one down the street is at 480 and it's about 1,500 square feet. A house that I did find that was close to 2,000 square feet was in the 440 range. Now, I'm not sure what these look like on the inside, but this is going to be your typical Seminole neighborhood, okay? The houses all kind of look the same. They're again from the 1970s, 1980s. But as I've been driving around and as I've been seeing other houses, you're going to see that they've, again, like many people have come to find out by looking into the Pinellas County area, people have taken these little bungalow houses, these little ranch style homes. They've bought the home, leveled it, and put a brand new house on top of it. So I would say that Seminole is comparable to the Clearwater, the more inland of Clearwater, not the Clearwater Beach area. You can still find a 3.2, but it's still going to be under the 2,000 square feet. And I've noticed the price ranges over here can range anywhere from even the high 2s up into the 500s. How you doing? Hi. But you can also, as you go closer to the water, you're going to find that those housing prices are going to be up into that, you know, 600, 700, 800, 900, even $1 million range. But that is going to be, again, closer to the water, closer to the beaches. Because again, in Seminole, you're still just 3 miles from the beaches. So if you want to save a little money, go a little bit more inland, you're still going to be in that 350 at the low side, 600, you know, which is a little above our average right now to get just a basic 3.2, 1,500 square foot home. Hope that helps. Let's keep driving around. Let's talk about this neighborhood. This neighborhood is again in that 400 and up range. It's gonna give you again a little bit more square footage, A lot of these homes are going to be more renovated, and you're going to see a ton of, like, there's some kids walking around, kids are getting out of school. It's a clean neighborhood, lots of trees, great landscaping, and a lot more renovated homes. One of the last things I wanted to mention that I talk about periodically on my channel, but I haven't in a while, is that I want to remind you that Pinellas County in particular has less HOAs, almost no HOAs. I haven't seemed to find any so far, and especially when it comes to things like this, when you need to park a boat, right? You can park it in front of your house and it not be an issue. Sorry, this is a pretty busy street right now. It can cost a pretty penny to put your boat in a boat slip. It's a monthly fee. And sometimes you even have to go up as far as Tarpon to find something reasonably priced. So again, for those of my boaters out there, people that have RVs and you want to be able to park it on your own land, this is Pinellas County is ideal for that. And yeah, so I just want to make sure I remind you all of that. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys, it's getting really warm out. So before I head out, I wanted to ask you, so what did you think about Seminole, Florida? Is it an area you think you'd be interested in checking out? Do you want to come check it out with me? If so, hit my links below. Don't forget you can reach out to me via email, text, or you can click the link below and jump on my calendar and we can have a conversation about your real estate needs and questions. And until next time, everybody, appreciate it if you'd hit that thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.